after failing many businesses, managed to make one stick. I now have that badge of successful entrepreneur, yet I still have these thoughts that keep on creeping in. Was I a one-hit wonder? Was this a one-time thing? Was it luck? Was it not me? Was it someone else? Was it a bunch of people? Was it being in the right place at the right time? I don't care who tells you I don't have any self-doubt, I'm so confident in myself. Can't get rid of it. No, that demon exists and is going to continue to exist in all of us. You might say, what's this guy here in this dark room crying about his suffering and so on when he made it? But I want to be real and tell you, this is the reality, accept it. And there's a couple of things that I can recommend you. Self-doubt is one heck of a demon, and I should know. I felt it so many times in the past, and even today, right now, recording this video, I still feel like I don't belong. I feel like I'm an imposter. I don't feel that I should be doing this video, but I want to do this video to talk to you a bit about how I managed to manage the self-doubt and imposter syndrome, because you can't get rid of it. Whoever tells you out there that there's a secret recipe to demolish your self-doubt, no, that demon exists and is going to continue to exist in all of us. I don't care who tells you I don't have any self-doubt, I'm so confident in myself. There are moments in your life, in your career, that you will feel that I'm not good enough. And you know what? Initially I wanted to do this video with a script, write down bullet points or even a script. But I realized this is what Misfit Founders is all about. This is one of the traits that makes us feel like we're misfits in our own industry, as a founder, as a leader. So ditch any scripts and let's have a one-to-one conversation about this. Might be lengthy, might be long-winded, but at the end of the day, this is my genuine self. And I want to give you some tools on how to deal with self-doubt, manage it, and continue to persevere, continue to grow, continue to evolve as an individual, as a professional, as a startup founder. But before that, let me give you a bit of a background to my story and where I'm coming from and why am I the embodiment of self-doubt and the misfit of the misfits on this YouTube channel. I come from a very impoverished area of Romania. I've struggled growing up quite a bit, and I recently talked about this story where in my teen and young adulthood days, I had times where I didn't have where to sleep. I was literally homeless. Had a couple of nights where I was sleeping in an apartment building block staircase. It was that bad. And a lot of the times what kept me down was feeling like anything else better than that, I would put myself in a very uncomfortable position because I didn't felt like I deserved anything better. I wanted something better, but deep down inside, there's a certain environment that I was coming from, and I felt that bettering myself, I'm not worthy of it. But throughout this history of me going from slum to trying to succeed with something and failing multiple times. And you know what? You think that when you're growing up, when you're starting your career, when you're getting into a certain industry, that once you have achievements under your belt, that self-doubt and that imposter syndrome will go away. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm the embodiment of that, right? I've achieved something in my founder career recently. After failing many businesses, managed to make one stick and exited successfully. Managed to make a bit of money out of my exit. I now have that badge of successful entrepreneur. Yet I still have this pesky demon and these thoughts that keep on creeping in. Was I a one-hit wonder? Was this a one-time thing? Was it luck? Was it not me? Was it someone else? Was it a bunch of people? Was it being in the right place at the right time? So much so that I'm starting a business now, and I don't feel extremely comfortable. I don't feel right. I won in the past. I'm gonna win again. No, not at all. But again, leaving all of that aside, there are ways to manage this feeling that consumes a lot of us, that what if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't work? What if? That interior voice that you have. There's a couple of things that I can recommend you do. And I'm not gonna go into a very templated and structured ABC, this is the roadmap and the path for you to suppress your self-doubt demons. No. A couple of things from my own experience with this. And I think number one is acknowledgement, right? Acknowledge that the imposter syndrome that you're feeling, the misfit vibe that you're getting at times, it is completely normal to have. Every single normal, rational human being that goes through life has these feelings. Unless you're a sociopath. If you're a sociopath, then maybe you don't feel self-doubt that much. But most of us do. So acknowledge that when these feelings come, it's normal. Okay? If you normalize the fact that you do feel sometimes out of place, you should feel better and you shouldn't panic, you shouldn't freeze. Because I think that's one of the things that a lot of us do. When we get those thoughts of, oh boy, no, I'm not worthy, I'm not gonna be able to make this one stick. What am I even doing? I don't know what I'm doing. That can be paralyzing. So just when those feelings come along, just acknowledging and realizing that they're, and reminding yourself that these are normal feelings to have, should help you not freeze and continue to take steps. The second advice is celebrate your wins and acknowledge your wins. We're really bad at emphasizing our wins, our victories, our moments of success. We're way better at putting on a pedestal all of those moments of suffering. And I should know, and I talk about this on the podcast, and my guests talk about this all the time. It is in ourselves to feel a lot more impacted by the negatives and less by the positive. So you have to remind yourself, just constantly remind yourself about those positive feelings, those positive wins in your career at various stages. Celebrate them and keep them with you, because they can help you push through some of those not so positive, darker days that you might have. And I think third, and as important as the other two, is just seek that moment of discomfort, because most of the time that's a good thing, right? If you think about when, I don't know if anyone has ever done bungee jumping or skydiving, that moment where you're at the edge and just about to do the plunge, you feel all kinds of feelings, right? You're in discomfort, but you still go at it and jump. Well, most of us jump out of that plane. Some might not, and freeze and not want to do it. But most of us take that leap and say, you know, kind of like, I reached this point, I need to do the plunge. And put yourself, yeah, it's uncomfortable taking that plunge. It's uncomfortable, especially when you feel like I'm not good enough to pursue this path, right? It's very uncomfortable, but seeking that moment of discomfort and pursuing it at times can be very valuable for you. Like with my current company that I'm starting, right? I do have these thoughts that, maybe I'm a one-hit wonder, made it once work. But I didn't stop at continuing, although I feel like I'm a one-hit wonder, right? That maybe I'm never gonna make anything else stick. But actually I took that discomfort a step forward, and rather than starting a business in the same industry that I've succeeded with and trying to replicate my prior path, I'm actually starting a business in a completely different industry. I'm fucking panicked. I'm paralyzed at times, thinking, what am I even doing here? I'm in an industry that I have nothing to do with. I've done B2B SaaS, and now I'm in the creative space. What am I doing, right? But I intentionally stepped into this industry because I'm seeking that discomfort. In a way, it prepares you and it shapes you a lot better than if you would jump from comfort to comfort. Because if you jump from comfort to comfort, once discomfort happens, you're not going to be able to handle it as well as if you would have experienced discomfort a lot more. And I know you might say, why do that? Why subject yourself to discomfort? Why not just follow a comfortable path? And sure, you can do that if you want, but we all have aspirations and we all want to pursue something. And pursuing anything should come with that level of self-doubt, of discomfort, of moments where you think to yourself, why did I even want to do this, right? It's so hard. But anything that's hard and difficult, challenging, comes with significant rewards. And at the end of the day, that's the way the universe works. And I know that's very vague and very abstract. I don't know, it's hard to talk about these kind of things. And I always said that I want to keep it real, 100% real on this channel. We all feel it, and I feel it right now, right? And right in this moment, I feel, what am I even doing here? Why am I talking to this camera? Why am I talking to you guys? Like, who am I to talk to you and give you advice or share my knowledge with my experience and knowledge around these things? I wouldn't even call it knowledge. Even saying the word knowledge, my knowledge, feels like I'm a bit of an imposter. So that's why I'm not going to sit here detached from potentially your current reality where you're feeling self-doubt. Maybe that's how you found this video, searching around, how the fuck do I deal with self-doubt? I feel like a massive imposter right now. Can anyone help me? And for me to sit here and be super jolly and tell you, look, these are the steps to do this. Because I'm feeling a lot of these feelings right now. I'm your suffering buddy. And I'm telling you how I feel right now, how I feel at times, how do I deal with it. And it is what it is. I'm not here to, make anyone feel more jolly. If you can take something out of this video of how I deal with the imposter syndrome, awesome. But, you might say, what's this guy here in this dark room crying about his suffering and so on when he made it? Probably this video wasn't really made for you, right? If you want an uplifting message, then there's probably a lot of them out there. But I want to be real as I can on this channel and tell you, this is the reality. Imposter syndrome is real. Accept it and navigate it the right way, and you will continue to grow and get to the places that you want to get by managing that feeling. And that's it for me. I'll see you next.